Ki khubor ka Batesi TV.
Ka umdi basnyam bat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Menteri Rangba Jela Konrad Ki Sangma ula pentip bagatanat Shipai kala bu de Kyndon ki Pyrkhing Lada Jaka ya ka sarkar Jela ban penshna Ïing ya ki laispa sau bu artli long Ïing hajan ka temsa jong Shipai. Haka jingkran bat gilat patai kubor haka arpu arterik ukala lingkot arjapsan menteri rangba ulai thu bakara de pensngau ya kani ka jingkerpat syaka Ministry of Defence hanrei ka jubab ka baki he Shipai kilai kalong ba ka sarkar ka haban but ya ki Kyndon ki Pyrkhing ba ka sarkar ka haban but haka ba Shna ya ka Ïing ka jingjingai na ka temsa jong Shipai bat kiwe de ki Kyndon ki bakham kalan.
There are certain constraints that are there. If you recall that we have requested Defence Ministry to give some of the land which is in their, which is owned by them or in their under their jurisdiction, and we had received some kind of a response from the army officials, but certain guidelines which are there in the manual of the military, personnel and the procedures they follow in terms of the land issues and the kind of norms that have been followed while they have some things, the distance of, how many meters of distance can they have, another building coming up, or what can be the size of the building, so on and so forth. So Army has got very strict provisions in terms of the construction that can take place around an army setup, and therefore those restrictions are creating a bit of a concern for us right now. We are trying to see, I cannot give the details because they're very technical in nature, but that's roughly what the issue is, and we are seeing how we could move forward. So we are yet to come to a conclusion, but this issue being something that we've been following up for a long time, we are very keen to see that we reach the logical end. So we are looking at all possible options, including, as I said, talking to Army and working this out. So since we could not come to a conclusive discussion or decision, I don't want to talk about that right now. The process is on. We are talking. We are hopeful. We'll find a way, but I think it's a bit too early right now because, as I said, military procedures are quite complicated. So we'll have to follow those and see where we reach. This is a piece of land which we as a government saw, and we said, why can't we ask or request the army that since you're doing nothing with this land, and this land is quite deep and gorge and it's not very very great location for any kind of construction for them also, and that's how the discussion started. So it's not that that it is their duty to give to us or they must give, they should give. It was something that we thought we could explore, because then it would be a really great way to settle this entire thing by simply shifting some of them there, or creating the colony there, and then after that having a very clean space here on the other side, in the sense we clear up the buildings and create some green space or whatever commercial space. Those things can be decided later. So we thought that would be a very great way of resolving this issue. So that's how it started. So I want to be very clear that it's not that this was from day one we've been discussing this and what has happened now, roadblock has been hit. No, this was not at all in the discussion. It came up later on when we saw the map, and suddenly some of us said, what's this land here? Can we talk to Army? Let's try to talk to them. So that's how it started. Now, while the other options is still open, it's not that the other option is closed. Other option is still open. We are still examining that, but this would be a wonderful option. It would be a win-win situation for us. So we're talking, but as I said, we have to respect the armed forces, the army's rules. These rules that they have mentioned and quoted to us are national rules. So it's not that it applies only here. These are norms that are there, that is followed by the army across the country for any construction that needs to take place next to an army setup. So those rules were shown to us, and after we saw those rules that are national rules, we saw that the space is becoming too small. So whether it will be practical for us to go through the whole exercise of then getting all of this done, and because of those national laws which are there implemented by the army, we'll be left with only a small plot and we really cannot do anything about it. So that's why we are stuck. We are seeing if there's any option of bypassing that, which looks quite difficult right now. But as I said, I don't want to go into details because, again, we don't know where we're heading right now in the sense that the negotiation discussions are on. So I'm refraining from going too much into details. All I can say is the procedure is on. We are exploring all possible options to see how we can come to some kind of a logical conclusion.